Okay, so thank you for talking about being a teacher, a primary teacher at Harrow International School, Bangkok. For how long have you been at Harrow, Bangkok, and what are your first impressions?
I've been at Harrow since August of this year. My first impressions are that it's a very hard-working, extremely fun and very, very friendly place to work, and absolutely made the right decision to come here with my family.
And how was the interview process, writing for the job, going for the job? How did it all happen?
I felt very looked after from the moment I was interviewed. Obviously, there's a lot of work in preparing your CV and everything like that. But from the moment I was interviewed, I got a phone call from the headmaster the next day to say that they wanted to offer me the job. And from that moment, kind of the Harrow machine took over. I was literally helped every step of the way. Had 2 young children to organise to bring out, and my husband, and there's lots and lots to do. But from the moment of my class walking in, I was helped to that day.
Did you know Harrow before you came here? Where did you see the job advert and you saw that?
Yep, I saw the job on the TS online. To be honest, because of the reputation of Harrow, part of me did think, will I be good enough? It sounded so grand, and there's a lot of outstanding teachers here, but don't let that put you off. It's a very warm and welcoming, inviting place.
So you're here at Harrow, Bangkok, and how do you find working in the classroom? What are the children like?
I absolutely love my class. I couldn't be happier here. I have a class, when I started I had 15 children, so compared to the 30 at home, I have 15 very bright children, very involved parents, and I also have a full-time teaching assistant and a language support who's excellent. So I really feel like I have all the facilities to actually teach the children and not just manage a class.
And so you haven't come here on your own, you've got your family with you. Tell me a little bit about your family, and do they go to school or?
I've got my husband's here with me, and we've got 2 young children. We made the decision to come here as a family choice, so we've decided that he's not going to work while we're here, so he looks after the children. My daughter's in pre-K, she's 2, and I have a 9-month-old son. So it's very good for us as a family. Lots of time together.
So living in Bangkok, you're living in Bangkok and working in Bangkok. What do you like about the city?
I love Bangkok. It's very busy. However, because we live about half an hour out, from a family perspective, I'm much happier on the outskirts than I would have been living in the centre of town. We can go in, with my husband in the evenings. Childcare is extremely cheap here, so we get to go out, Friday and Saturday night, whereas in London we didn't. So we get to go out on our own, but we also, I would say every 3 or 4 weeks, we go and stay in a hotel in Bangkok, which we could never do at home. And we take the children and we spend a weekend in a nice hotel, so it's great.
And have you been out of Bangkok? Maybe to the beaches?
Yes. I've only been here a little while. I've had flown to Phuket for 2 weekends. I've had a week in Hua Hin. I've got Krabi booked in January and another Phuket in February. So it takes us about half an hour to get to the actual door of the aeroplane from school. So it's very easy to fly away for the weekend.
So to describe your working life?
My working life, I work very hard. I work very hard in the week. At the weekend, it's definitely family time. I personally like to get in for 6:30 so that I can leave around 4. Although that's not to say, because I do have a very young, I have a young baby. Sometimes I do nip home at lunchtime just to see him for a bit. So there is flexibility, but yeah.
And what advice would you give to a teacher thinking about coming out to our school?
If you want to work hard and you want to extend yourself and work with a lot of people that you can learn from, then absolutely go for it. It's one of the most friendly, hard-working bunch of people I've met, and I